China's 11th national games are threatening to turn into a farce following comments by allegations from one of the competition judges that the competition was rigged. Diving judge, who's been referred to as Ma Ming, reportedly told journalists that the winner of those events had been decided in advance. The reports have shocked China's sports fans.
Well, let's turn now to the newsroom where our researcher Quincy Xiao has been gauging people's reactions. Quincy, what have people been saying about this?
Most people feel angry and say that this kind of rumor insults Chinese sports and China's athletes. They say the government should investigate and explain how this rumor came out. There are also a lot of internet users saying there are too many inside stories linked to the general administration of sports. They say this kind of rumor is nothing unusual, but others are very angry. They've called for the national games to be cancelled.
And Quincy, does everyone believe this story?
Some people doubt this story. They say the national games are such big sports events. It's impossible that gold medals could be decided by one official. They say that if it's true, the evidence should be released. One internet user points out that diving has always been China's strength, and that athletes simply wouldn't be able to win gold medals if they were not good enough.
Well, thanks for that, Quincy. An incredible story if it proves to be true, but no one's quite sure what the situation is, who's telling the truth and who isn't on this.
It's very difficult to prove, of course. Now, the judge has been called Ma Ning. That's, according to the press reports we're seeing, a fake name to hide the identity of this judge who's come forward. People online saying, oh, no, we think it is Ma Ning, who was a diving coach in Hunan, but that seems to be pure speculation at this stage. The games proper begin on Friday here in China. Some of the events, such as the diving and others, were held ahead of time, which is why this has come out ahead of the main games. Basically, what's happened is it's being blamed on a woman called Zhou Jihong, who's the head of the Diving Federation and the deputy director for Chinese diving. Zhou insists that the judge quit because of illness, and it's not because of this scandal at all. Saying it's normal for people to know, well, we know who the better divers are, so it's not surprising if one of them turns out to win a gold medal. That the judge, this supposed Ma Ning, has said, well, one of the divers called Lin Yue had a pulled abdominal muscle, clearly not diving at his best in the men's 10-metre synchro final, somehow still got the gold, and according to the judge, well, it was just obviously a mediocre performance from him. Still turning out...
That's the diver who did not particularly well in the prelims, is that right?
That's right. He was sixth after the first day, and then vaulted up into, despite the injury, vaulted up into first by the end of the thing. And the accusation is that it was all predetermined. I mean, of course, you know, we've seen this in sports. Whenever there's any kind of judging aspect, he's always liable to fixing, or at least claims of it. We saw in the Olympic Games in Salt Lake City, the big skating scandal there, of course, judged. Boxing, when it's down to individual judges to award points, you know, if someone gets on the wrong side of something, it always happens. But very interesting story here, and it'll be interesting to see if any evidence can be shown. But it's certainly caused some ripples here in China.
Absolutely, definitely one of those stories where we've got to watch what happens next on that one.
Yeah.